Welcome back to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Glorious day here in the arena. Sun is shining. Beautiful evening last night. Saw some of the Twitch watch party. I know y'all got to watch these Lakers.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, we did.
It was a little quiet. No,
Yeah.
everybody, we good? Okay. Just making sure.
I won. Shit.
What you mean?
We won, Shad.
We won.
The people won.
He won one game.
We won. Shit.
We got a lot
4-4. I think I'm 4-4.
to discuss on the show today. This is Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm merely a host, Josiah Johnson. And we got one of the biggest legends in the sports media game, Skip Bayless, back with us on the couch.
It's my turn!
Got you a sound effect, Skip. We worked our magic. Representing Tough Crowd and the card-carrying country club member, we got Mr. B, Brandon Jennings.
Yes, sir.
With that new Tough Crowd, I like it. When that
Lil Brown coming
May 15, when that hitting the store?
after the Drake album.
Okay. On this side of the couch, we got the distinguished gentleman from Oak Cliff, former #1 pick, Kenyon Martin.
Yeah.
What's happening, Mike?
And last but not least, the man they call Cemetery Larry, NCAA champion of the world, Dr. Rashad McCants, PhD.
Yeah.
That was easy.
I like the sign, Julius Irving.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Philly.
Okay.
Philly. Just show some love to Philly.
The Sixers are doing their thing. We got a lot to discuss. Here's what's cracking in Gil's Arena today. KD's return didn't stop the Lakers from taking a 2-0 lead in their series. What's Houston's biggest problem right now? You see it. The Spurs lost Wemby to a concussion in Game 2, proceeded to lose to the Blazers to even the series. Can San Antonio stay afloat without their alien? And the Sixers' backcourt bounced back in Game 2 to tie things up, heading back to Philly. How concerned should the Celtics be with losing home court advantage in this series? But before we get to all that, as always, the show is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's available in most states, including Texas, California, and Florida. New customers get $50 in bonus entries when they play just $5. And to celebrate the start of the NBA playoffs, Underdog's launched a special offer where if you play $50 on NBA playoff games, you'll receive a 50% boost token. To get started, just use code GIL when you sign up, and it'll load instantly. Underdog, make picks, win money with code GIL. And if you can't watch the show live with us on YouTube, we got audio versions available on Apple or Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from. So we're going to start this one in LA. Saw you gentlemen had the Twitch live watch party last night to watch these Lakers. Lakers put together one of their best performances of the season on both sides of the ball to take Game 1 Saturday. Rockets were without Kevin Durant, who was ruled out with a knee injury. KD made his return for Game 2 in his Rockets playoff debut as Houston looked to even the series. But the Lakers' makeshift Big Three was up to the challenge and continued to give Houston problems on both sides of the ball. Let's check out the highlights, please. These glorious highlights, if we can. Lakers offense came out on fire once again, shooting 61% from the field, nearly 56% from three in the first quarter. Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard, a.k.a. Luka Kennard, combined for 24 points in the first frame, including 5 threes. Purple and gold led by 7 after the first quarter of action. You see Luke Kennard doing it. Representing for this Lakers squad. Ooh, it was beautiful to see in person, I'm not gonna lie. Lakers led by as much as 15 in the second quarter, thanks to shots like that from Brown, but the Rockets responded. They closed the half with a 17-5 run to cut the deficit to 3 at the break. Boom. Ooh. Kevin Durant paced the Rockets with 20 points in the first half, which was held to just 3 points in the second half, with the Lakers defense forcing Durant into a game-high 9 turnovers with endless double teams. Alperen Sengun had 20 points, 11 boards, and 5 dimes. Jabari Smith added 18, and Amen Thompson had 16 and 9 assists. But fourth quarter, LeBron put his team on his back once again. LeBron had 28 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. NBA record extending 155th career playoff game with at least 25, 5, and 5, more than double the next closest player, none other than Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Marcus Smart had 25 points on 8 of 13 shooting. He was 5 for 7 from 3, along with 7 assists and 5 steals, while Luke Kennard once again lit up the Rockets with 23 points on 8 of 13 shooting and 3 steals. Rockets tried to make things interesting in the fourth quarter, cutting the deficit to 3 midway, but It was just not their day. As LeBron was doing things that no 41-year-old man should be able to do. With under a minute remaining, got the dunk to help seal the win after catching the Rockets' defense slipping. Lakers defense dominant again in this one, holding the Rockets to 40% shooting, 24% from three. Purple and gold now take a 2-0 lead in the series, heading to Houston for Game 3. So, Skip, we're going to start with you. How impressive have these shorthanded Lakers been in the first two games of this series?
Obviously, extremely.
I love hearing you say that.
Yes, sir. And I'm going to take it one level higher or maybe lower. I just think they're a little better basketball team on both ends of the floor without Luka.
Ooh.
The last time I saw Luka in the lineup was against a really good team on April 2nd at Oklahoma City, and it was 44-21 after the first quarter, and it was 82-51 at halftime. And last night, and obviously in Game 1, I saw a team with LeBron orchestrating. LeBron has far less ego than Luka does.
Wow.
Luka has to be the whole show and obviously can be a defensive liability, but Luka is the most inefficient player in the league. He obviously is an offensive scoring genius, but he led the league in shots attempted per game. He led the league in three-point attempts per game. He led the league in free throw attempts per game. And he led the league in turnovers. He also led the league in scoring, but he's the Showtime Laker singular, where the whole show, the whole world revolves around Luka. And last night, especially on defense, I saw connection. I saw trust. I saw positivity and momentum on defense that fed the offense. I saw, I don't know, Kevin Durant just drives me crazy. But, you know, they had soft doubles in the first half, and he makes 6 or 7. And then they come with hard doubles in the second half, and he just shrinks like he's never played the game before. And he has a poor handle against doubles, always has had. And he has 9 turnovers, but it's because Marcus Smart is up into him and Rui is up into him, and they just intimidated him into this passive, drifting, on his heels shadow of himself in the second half, and he goes 1 of 5, has 5 more turnovers, and it's just a disaster. But it was because the Lakers are playing real live team basketball. And I haven't said that in a long time, it seems like, where they're fun to watch. This is much more fun for me. And I'm a nut. Now I'm like an addict. I'm a fanatic. I love the game you guys played at the highest level. I'm in love with it, and I love to see it played correctly. And last night it was played correctly, and against a Rockets team with no point guard. Reed Shepherd tried last night, and Kevin got mad at him when he jacked up a 3 on a semi-break, and then he was just a shell of himself. Reed Shepherd goes 0 for 4 and 0 for 3 from 3, so they don't have that. And it just looked like the Lakers were a lot better. And the shock to me is I look at the point spread for Game 3 at Houston, and Vegas is still not buying the Lakers. And I think they're sleeping on this new Lakers team without Luka, because they're saying Rockets are 10-point favorites at home in Game 3. 10? I'll take some. I'm not a bet man, but if I were, I'd jump all over 10. So
Yeah, that's a good bet. I'll take that one too, Skip.
okay, fire away.
Oh, let's stay on this side of the couch with
All right.
you, Mr. B, first. Los Angeles native, part-time Lakers fan.
Well, the person who just changed the whole game was Marcus Smart from the jump. He came out, got an and-one layup. Next play, came down, guarded KD full court, ripped him. And I think that was just it right there. I think that just changed the whole game, the momentum. They didn't go away from their game plan. JJ Redick is really out coaching right now. LeBron, Luke. I'm surprised that no coach in the NBA has really realized how good he's been. And he's been in the league for 9 seasons, and he's finally now just getting his chance. And he's doing He's playing unbelievable right now. But, I mean, hats off to LeBron, 41 years old, still doing it, putting the team behind him. I know it's KD. I know Kevin Durant's one of the greatest scorers ever, but 9 turnovers, he just looked out of sync. When it comes to leadership and just getting the guys together, they didn't have it at all. That was one thing that maybe why he didn't want to come on the show, because me and Rashad, we questioned his leadership, and it hasn't been showing. So it was just, that was one of the worst performances I've seen from KD. Just overall, just mentally frustrated, really looked like he didn't know how to play basketball. But hats out to the Lakers for not deviating from the game plan and everything and still sticking with it. So,
interesting to watch in the arena. First half, KD cooking 20 points, doing his thing. Second half, tried to be a facilitator. Did not work well, obviously, for the Houston Rockets. But let's shift over to this side. Kenyon, Lakers take a 2-0 series lead without Luka, without AR, but we got new Luka Nard. Mm-hmm. What's your reaction to the Lakers going up 2-0 on the Rockets?
Oh, yeah, no, I like what Skip said and about they are playing better basketball without Luka. They taking on the identity of LeBron, right? Yeah. Since LeBron is the ace again, they're taking on that identity, right, of him, and his voice is resonating again with the group, right? So I think that's the difference right now, the way they're defending, how they in tune to the game plan. They're hearing his voice, right? And when the other guy's there, there's no accountability for the other end of the floor, so it resonates throughout the roster, right? When Luka doesn't get back, then the next guy not gonna get back. And so it's a domino effect in that regard. But LeBron, I think he has the ear right now while Luka's out, which I think is a good thing. They implemented a game plan last night, the Lakers that is, and they had a game plan and they went out and implemented it. And that was to frustrate KD. They did that. Made some tough shots early. The game plan was to do exactly what they did. They doubled Sengun early, doubled KD early, got them out of rhythm, got Sengun to thinking. He didn't know when and where the double team was going to come from. Had him playing on the perimeter, which I think is playing in the Lakers' favor. Him at the three-point line, taking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dribbles to get to a bad jump hook, right, is not winning basketball. It's not a winning recipe. It's nasty work, man, when you getting by both teams off the bench. You're getting 10 points from one team off the bench and 6 points from another team off the bench. That's nasty basketball at its finest.
You're not getting
Jackson Hayes, the only Laker to score off the bench with 6 points.
And then Tari Eason is the only Rocket to score off the bench with 10. Right? That's nasty basketball. But it's the way the Lakers need to play right now. And they're going out and doing it. This is the way I thought the Rockets would have played against them, right? Nasty game, muck it up, make it a half-court defensive nasty game. But that's what the Lakers are doing right now. And they're up 2 games, man. So they took care of home. We'll see how the Rockets respond going home. This was a telling sign of the lack of offense that the Rockets have, right? But if you take KD out of it and you have Sengun thinking, it's sketchy after that at best. So good luck moving forward.
Saw Rockets players arguing with each other.
Yeah. Sengun, Tyrese arguing, KD yelling at.
Offensive goaltend. KD getting into Reece Shepard.
Yep.
Yeah, also, LeBron is 24-0 when he starts off 2-0.
24-0.
Yeah, that's a good sign for them. So
I'm just saying they could be going places.
Yeah, I'm
never lost a series when the team was up 2 on the play.
Just saying. Yeah.
Let's shift over to Doctor.
I'm eating crow right now, so
it's fine. You came in here flamed up yesterday with the Rockets red, a more neutral gray. Okay, I didn't know.
Cincinnati Bearcat red and blue.
Just making sure.
Don't do that.
Didn't know.
Don't do that.
Just didn't know.
Don't do that.
Didn't know. Let's move over to Dr. Rashad McCants, PhD. Mm-hmm. And your expert professional opinion.
I appreciate the intro. Aside from the fact that LeBron went out of his way to impress me in the Game 2 win, I think that ultimately me not being impressed is pushing him to go and be impressive. I think that this particular way is how you formed it, is how the team is playing with his guidance. And it looks different because he's experienced with knowing where people need to be in order for them to execute the strategy. I think from Brandon's point, definitely being outcoached when you talk about taking the ball out of Sengun's hand, KD's hand right away, early in the shot clock, making you guys play on the backside. What are you other guys going to do? When you don't have a solution for that and you haven't prepped for that, it's going to leave your team in dismay. You're going to have scrambles where guys not going to know where to go, where to play. You're just playing accidental basketball at that point. Not as if they weren't playing it before, but you knew you could go to KD to get a bucket. And he did that in the first half. He forced his way into getting the buckets because as we were watching, there were openings in the seams where if he did play aggressive, he could get to those openings and get his shot off. And he did. And that was the soft double that they was implementing. And so you go into the second half and you say, all right, let's amp it up a little bit. Let's push the pressure up on KD. And to Brandon's point again, KD played the worst basketball we've seen because initially he just gave up on what the strategy could be outside of which team's guy is going to show up for the team. LeBron showed up for the Lakers the whole game. He was the magnet. Come double me. Come get the ball out of my hands. I'm the initiator. If you guys can isolate and diminish what I'm doing, you got a chance to win. Marcus Smart stepped up. Luke Kennard stepped up. Rui stepped up. DeAndre Ayton stepped up at certain points too. But you look at KD, it's like at some point you have to show up for your team that you're the guy that's going to get rid of this little bullshit-ass double they're doing. I got to figure something out. And I don't think he did that. I think he stood there and he waited for his teammates to bail him out, which would give him an excuse of why he's standing there passing the ball from the top.
Yeah, and to your point, like, I'm glad you said that, right? You know the double team coming and you steady inviting it, right? You waiting on it. Now, you know it's coming and you waiting on it. No. If they double team, who you go attack?
You got to attack big.
The lesser of the two. You know of one of the two is a lesser defender, right? They wouldn't be running at you if it wasn't, right? Attack the lesser defender, right? Get to your strong hand. Get to your right. You know you're trying to get right, right? Get right. You backing up. They prove to you they're not going to stop coming.
Nope.
You backing up, they keep coming forward, right? That's how you had 9 turnovers.
He's trying to look like he's trying to trust into the team in the coaches the coach's strategy, right?
That ain't what got you the 4th seed.
And it's not. And you look at the
5th seed, right?
dynamic
5th
between
seed,
him and Ime don't look like they on the same accord based on KD's literally saying, I'm doing what you telling me to do. I'm inviting the double team. You got to tell them to make plays.
Well, Tyrese taking 14 shots. First game, Reed Shepard taking 20 shots. Tyrese took 14 this game. Like it's
still fool's gold to me with the Lakers, though. I mean, I still feel like this situation, the way they play this team, makes them look good. Mm-hmm. With or without Luka, they look great against Houston because Houston still ain't figured out how to fucking play against this bullshit zone with this bullshit ass double team that shouldn't be effective. It should not be against a good NBA team. Mm-hmm. But I guess the Houston Rockets aren't as good as, like I said, they're going to lose that game with or without KD because they just ain't got it. Mm-hmm. They just ain't got it, and it looks like that. It don't look like Ime's coaching the team. It just look like they out there playing pickup with a bunch of dudes that don't like each other.
So we'll talk more Rockets in a second, but to your point, let's talk a little bit about what's become the Lakers' makeshift big three with Luka and Reeves sideline. So in the first 2 games of the series, Bron averaging 24 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, shooting 49% from the field, 43% from 3. Luke Kennard averaging 25 points on 65, 73, 80 splits. 65% from the field, 73% from 3, Kenyon.
So this is what the point. I'll let you finish. No, the point I made yesterday, right? He's the only shooter they got out there. How is he shooting 73%, man? When y'all not paying attention to the game plan, man.
Sense of urgency.
Like, dude, I'm cool with you running him off the line and him getting them layups that he was getting. I'm okay with that. Him shooting 65 from 2, I can live with that.
Yeah.
That ain't go beat him shooting 2s ain't go beat us. It's not. Him shooting 73 from 3, at the way that's gonna beat us.
And that was the Lakers' issue all season, 3-point shooting.
Well, they addressed it.
Incredibly nasty. Obviously traded Gabe Vincent for Lil Kennard. Some among us were not fans of that trade initially, but have since started to refer as Luke as the YN with the Zen. Marcus Smart putting up 20 points, 8 assists, 3 steals in the series. So I asked the couch, how sustainable is this level of play from the Lakers' makeshift big three for the rest of this series? After game 1, I was like,
For the rest of the series?
But for the rest of
Yes, they can. Yeah, it's momentum right now.
Yeah, I think it's sustainable.
They can sweep them.
Yeah, they can sweep them for sure.
They can sweep.
Yeah, I think it's sustainable.
They can sweep them.
Yeah, this could.
Because they not.
Just don't go away from what you've been doing.
Yeah, that's all.
I'm gonna just do the keep. I'm gonna keep
I'm
doing
taking
the
the
same. As
same
long as
game
KD
plan
want
he
to
was
keep bringing that shit up the court.
But
yep,
what are
let's
they
go.
doing? What do we see
I'm
they're doing
taking
different?
the same game plan in Houston.
What's the difference, though? They actually playing harder than Houston.
Yes, they
just
playing hard.
for sure.
50-50 balls.
Yeah, I'm going to get it.
All the little things that, like I said, all the things where I expected Houston to play them
Yeah.
is what they're doing. They making it a dogfight, sense of urgency. They know they shorthanded, so
Yep.
they're playing at a higher level than each guy is doing a little more in order for them to be up 2 games right now. That's what you need when you're missing 33 a
Next
night
guy
and
up,
24.
next guy up.
Next guy, but them dudes, they do something different
Yep.
than them other 2.
Yep.
Right?
I just worry about their bench on the road.
Yeah, that'd be
I mean, because they,
same,
you know,
same game plan.
It could be Jake. Jake from State Farm. He ain't showed up yet. He ain't really played his game yet. And, you know, DeAndre Ayton might go crazy. Just the fact that Sangoon don't know what he on right now.
Great game 1, game 2.
Defensively, the message should, listen, we up 2 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know what we have defense. We got to take that intensity up a notch, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got to make it harder on KD. We got to make it harder on Sangoon. They home. They think they comfortable. They get to sleep in their own bed, all these things. No. We need to turn it up a notch.
And send a message.
Right?
Send a message.
So, Rashad, do you still think the bullshit Lakers can win this series?
This series, yes.
Okay.
Without Luka and Austin Reeves, I think, and again, to Brandon's point, KD has shown something that he hasn't shown in a long time, is him not being able to handle this moment. Without a number 2, without a number 3, KD, we're all looking at you.
Although, if you remember him in Brooklyn against the Celtics, he was a disaster. They got swept by the Celtics his last year in Brooklyn. Then he goes to Phoenix, and remember, they crapped out a couple times there where I was saying, Kevin, what are you doing, man? I don't know. He also was back-to-back finals MVPs, but he's surrounded by Steph and Clay and Draymond, and he did not have to your point, lead the basketball team in Golden State, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm with you guys. I have questioned Kevin's leadership. He always just says, I just want to hoop. Yeah. He doesn't want to lead. Yeah. And now they're up against a team that doesn't have much of a backbone because, remember, I think it was a big deal in February, even though it was never proven, about this latest burner account that Kevin had. And I don't know, it's reported, speculated, but it sure sounded like Kevin, and he's blasting the hell out of Jabari Smith, calling him a word I'm not going to say out loud.
Skip,
and
you can say it here and give us.
I know, but that's a bad, this is just like not suitable for anywhere.
We're on the dark side of YouTube.
Okay, I understand.
The dark web.
But it's like a word it's a line you
don't cross that line.
Okay. But then he's blasting Şengün, saying he can't shoot and he can't defend, and it sounded like Kevin, and I think they thought it was Kevin, and Kevin tried to dismiss it as just a bunch of Twitter nonsense. That's what he called it, Twitter nonsense. No, I don't know, man, because that team last night looked like it had no backbone to me, like it's got no real fight in it. Mm-hmm. And I like Ime a lot, I really do, and he's the toughest guy on that team, but he can't play. He's got you in him, like he's a fighter. He that one night, a couple of years back, he wanted to fight LeBron during the game. He said, you want to come over here and discuss it with me?
Just playing up for the cameras.
Okay,
I want Bron.
maybe.
Did call LeBron a B word, though.
So what does this say? If Houston can't get out of this first round, this is another playoff series that Kevin Durant hasn't been able to get past the second round since Golden State Warriors.
That is true.
I know we talk about a lot of other players. We talk about Russ, we talk about James, we talk about all these other guys, but since the Golden State Warriors, what is this? We don't.
So should I add the image of KD in the backpack with Draymond on Steph Curry's back?
No.
No,
No.
because he was MVP before that.
No.
He was already him.
Well, he didn't win a championship before that.
No.
Yeah, but he was
it's not
him, though,
because
before
of-
that, though.
See, this is my thing. Like,
He was him.
it's not because of lack of effort, right? You go out and you compete, but to Brandon's point, right? So what's next, right? So where do we go from here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and Rashad was saying it. Now you have to look in that mirror like, was it a mistake of trading Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, right? We never got a chance to build this,
Right.
right?
Jump ship right away.
You jumped out. Hey,
That's true.
you saw a crack in the bitch and stuff. Hey, yeah, well, no, we can seal that.
With this.
Yeah, with this we can seal that.
Oh yeah, we could definitely get this.
Life, fucking everything overboard. Life is abandoned. Like, no, that ain't the move right now. We don't think. But now you're here. So what now?
So let's talk a little bit more about KD. Obviously, left much to be desired in his Rockets playoff debut. Like we mentioned, took just 12 shots in the game. He's 7 for 12 from the field. Just 1 for 5 in the second half. Lakers defense forced him to make 9 turnovers, tied for the most in his playoff career. So after the game, Durant had this to say about his performance.
Felt good. Glad to be back out there playing high pressure moments. But yeah, bad game for me tonight. I mean, they start doubling me from possession one, man. Like, I think I got to be better at not putting my teammates in bad positions when I swing that ball. Sometimes I could beat the double, get downhill, make the shot a little easier for them. Shoot the ball. I mean, when two to 3 people on me, I shoot the ball. We can get offensive rebound. So I'm trying to make passes. I'm trying to make the correct, swing the ball sometimes, but I feel like I got to shoot more of those and put my teammates in better position.
So, Skip, like you mentioned, Durant struggled in his post-Warriors career. Has now lost 7 straight playoff games. I think 2 to the Nuggets in 2023, got swept by the Wolves. And now, his first game back with Houston. So what has KD shown you as of late, and what did he show you in this playoff debut with the Rockets?
It's just, I've been closely watching Kevin. I've gone back and forth with him on social media many times, but since he entered the league, I was a big fan of his when he was at Texas. Defended him. Everybody said he was too skinny, couldn't bench press one time, like he didn't have enough strength. No. He's 7 feet tall, and he shoots it up here, and he's going to be unstoppable. And at times, many times, he has been. But he is the weirdest superstar in any sport I have ever closely observed, because he's just a weird dude, man. Just really a weird dude, where you can't explain the mood swings. And this was classic. This is as classic KD as you'll ever see. He can be Kevin Durant, like all of a sudden when you least expect it, it's like, what? You go 6 of 7 in the first half and score 20 and look completely unstoppable. And he said after the game in that interview that we saw, I can shoot over those. He can shoot over anybody at any time. He has to go. In the first half, he was going quick against the soft double, and he'd get one big dribble step because he's so long, and he gets one big dribble and goes up. It's either going to be make or miss, because nobody's going to bother it. I can tell you that. You can't defend it unless you jump it so hard that, as you guys talked about, he starts backing up. Like, I don't know how to do this, man. I don't know. I'm going to lose the handle on the basketball. And in the second half, he not once tried to shoot over anybody, where he took a hard dribble and said, I'm just going up to shoot it. And as you and I both said, how can you go from 20 in the first half to looking like you've never played the game before?
Like you ain't never been double teamed.
Seriously.
Yeah, like a
You look like you ain't never
seriously.
been double teamed before.
Yeah. And he tried to say in that interview, he said, I was doubled from possession one tonight. Okay, it was soft versus hard, but still, yeah, there was somebody coming every time, and he just said, I'm going to do this. And what happens in the second half, I don't know. Where he's just a weird dude. It's been so. This dates back to Oklahoma City remember when Westbrook got his knee hurt by Pat Beverly and was lost. Go look at what happened to Kevin after that. Go look at the Memphis series. Go look at the numbers of that series. It's the same stuff that we're talking about where you're saying, what is that? And then when I least expected it, he joins forces with the team that they had down 3-1 in the conference finals. And he goes back-to-back game threes in LeBron's house, in LeBron's face, and wins MVP and looked like all world. And he did that. And I give that up because I didn't see that coming. But he had the weight of the NBA world on his slender little shoulders, and he just lived up and lived up. And he's a made man. And now I feel like he doesn't really, and he's killed me for this, but that's fine. But he feels semi-retired to me where he doesn't care that much. He still loves to hoop and he loves to be out there in the spotlight it's fun. He had fun last night. He said, I felt good. And he did. He looked great in the first half, and then that's enough. I don't really care that much. And I don't know if he loves these guys, so I don't care I don't know if he cares that much about winning and advancing in the playoffs. And I think he looks at Oklahoma City sitting there and he's like, I don't want any of that. I don't really care about this. I did enough. I scored 20 in the first half. I showed you.
You don't want to go back to OKC?
No, I don't think he wants to go there and get humiliated. Yeah.
I don't think he feels loved for what he's done and what he's brought to the game, too, because of the decision he made to go to the Warriors.
Yeah.
And, you could feel not really appreciated that much when it's all said and done. I just saw somebody say something about him being top 10 all the time and maybe not being. So it's just all type of things, I feel like. And then, closing end of your career, you're on a team that was projected to be top 3 from last year, and then you come back and they make a trade for you. I'm sure you probably thought you was going to be in Phoenix. That didn't work. And
he said it hurt him. Like that was the first time where he felt where he got pushed out the back door.
Brooklyn was promising. The thing happened with Kyrie. If that doesn't, they're probably holding up a banner. So it's all these steps that's just been disappointing since Golden State.
Semantics aside, can't put everything on KD at this particular moment. I think joint blame is Ime for sure. You have to show up with your superstar, and you have to have a game plan and an alternative to the things that they're doing. And they're not doing anything new that they've done in the regular season, which is really frustrating for me, for them not to have a counter for it by now. And so you can say, KD, you played bad, you did this, you did that, but ultimately KD can't go to the clipboard and be like, yo, let's do this. That you see them doing this, and it's like we were saying last night, why is KD bringing the ball up the court when he knows they're going to get doubled soon as he cross half? And I'm like, where's the play calls when you're talking about draw up a play where KD gets the ball on the side pick and roll with Sengun? We know they're coming across. They're loading up. The Lakers are literally loading up. And this is what we used to do back in the day with every superstar. We see him, hey, load up, make sure he sees 2-3 bodies in front of him, then he got to make an extra pass, whether it's across the court or to the top of the key. And at that point, we match up. The Lakers not doing anything different. JJ's smart enough to know it's a chess match between him and Ime Ime's losing dismally because he's trying to appease Kevin instead of coaching the team. You got other players that can play, We talked about Amen. We talked about Jabari. We talked about Reed Shepard. It only took 4 shots. This is the only other shot maker that you have on the floor that can actually ease off the tension that Kevin is receiving from these doubles. And then you got Sengun, who's supposed to be your brightest spot when you talk about your number 2. He looked trash last night. I ain't never seen a player look as bad as he looked last night in situations where you're supposed to take advantage of the mismatches out of the fucking double team. He passed you the ball, you pump faking and doing all this with Marcus Smart in front of you and certain guys that are just like, bro, go up, right? And so Kevin has to be frustrated with seeing that his window is closing from getting the ball and getting it back. How do I get the ball, give it up, and get it back and be in scoring position? And that's hard to do when your team don't know what to do on the backside. And we're not scoring. So you got to commend the Lakers on taking advantage of the chess match that's going on between Ime and JJ. And then you would say that the LeBron and KD matchup should be favorable based on the history. And LeBron's like, I got a better team than you. I got a better team. And my whole team ain't even here. I'm showing you what it looked like if me and you didn't have Steph and Kyrie and we just had a bunch of motherfucking role players out here. This is what it looks like with me out here commanding this, and this is what it looked like with you over here commanding this. We got you because you ain't gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my head down, I'm gonna back these motherfuckers down, and I'm gonna make them foul me or I'm gonna pass. LeBron did shit that we see Magic Johnson do in situations where you either gonna come get me or I'm gonna pass it. One or the other, I'm gonna score, I'm gonna do something. And that just shows the genius of Bron. You know, he's always been the type of guy that can do things like that. But when you talk about putting KD top 10, you talk about giving him the credit he deserves for being a scorer, man, this is complete player shit now. You got to be complete player shit now. This is show up and dissect the game and not just I'm a bucket, I'm a hoop.
Yeah, well, it's time for he need to hit the fuck it button.
Fuck it button for sure.
Do we have that? Do not have that button?
That's all we got.
Let's make it work.
He said it himself. I got it. You got to hit the fuck it button, right? When you got guys, you limited out there. You got to do more, right? Shooting over 2, shooting over 3, attacking at times, forcing the issue. You can't have 5 shots in a half, bruh.
Nah.
Like that you can't. Like not on that team. Like you was efficient in the first half, right? You gotta hit the fucking button, bruh. Like go through somebody, run somebody over instead of backing up. Like, hey,
is he scared to hit the fucking button though?
He need to look like Steph Curry in that Clipper game.
Yeah,
one leg.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Hey man,
Fuck it.
We're gonna win or lose.
Has he ever hit the fucking button?
We're gonna win or lose.
Has he ever hit the fucking button? I don't think he's ever hit it.
Yeah.
We're gonna win or lose with this right here. So
OKC, when he was
we're about to see.
So Rashad, back to the bullshit Lakers. So if they do pull this off, if they do advance, they're going to have to open game 1 at the defending champs at Oklahoma City. And now what happens? What do you think? Do the bullshit Lakers get exposed the way they got exposed with Luka in the starting lineup on April 2nd at Oklahoma City when he did in the third quarter pull his hamstring? Do they get exposed like that?
I would say, do they change their game plan? This is the thing with basketball and NBA is you would think that if it worked here, it's going to work with the next team. And I would say Shea isn't Kevin Durant, but he is a singular force on that team that if you did isolate and make the other players play, let's see what happens. You still got Chet, you still got J-Dub, and you still got those shooters around. But I would like to see JJ change the game plan because that wasn't their game plan against OKC. And if they do show up and give SGA a challenge, which is going to be probably Marcus Smart.
Will, for sure.
And if Marcus can stay out of foul trouble and actually give him some work and they actually have a cohesive unit the way that they have, they got a chance against them. Now, is Austin and Luka going to be playing? That's the question because we talk about how they look now as a unit. That's without guys who don't have accountability for those rotations, for those defensive, like those things are mishaps or it's benefits for us.
Yeah.
So when you were moving around and rotating and scrambling and getting up to that is all the hustle role player shit. But when you got your 2-star guys afraid to go out there and show that they can't play defense as much, but you still hustle, that's what OKC breaks you down. That's what OKC challenges you to make substitutions and stuff like that. So I would say that the Lakers, with the full roster, can win a couple, but they can't have the same game plan that they had when they got their ass blown out those 2 times. They got to change it up.
From what JJ said before the game last night, it sounds like Austin Reeves is more of a candidate to play sooner than later. Yeah. So he might be able to play a little in this Rockets series, but definitely if they get to Oklahoma City. And he will fit in what they're doing a lot better than Laker can be refit into this new Lakers bullshit they might be. But it has a lot better chance. Do I think they can beat Oklahoma City? I do not. Do I think they could win a game? Maybe a game. But the point is, they got annihilated on April the 2nd. And that was a big measuring stick game where they're rolling and Oklahoma City's just kind of being Oklahoma City. Okay, what you got? Let's see. Yeah. And it's 82-51 at halftime, and then Luka pulls his hamstring. And it became actually a weird good thing for the Lakers because now you're getting this version. And this version has a lot better chance against Oklahoma City's team basketball than the Luka version has.
Wow. So Luka likely to miss this entire series. Like you said, Reed's further along in his rehab process. Could potentially come back later in the series. NBA obviously blessed the Lakers with a favorable playoff schedule. You got 3 days off.
If he does come back, do you start him?
Who, Luka?
No.
Who, Austin?
If Austin comes back, do you start him?
Nah.
With the way them start, with the way the guys are playing, right?
Luke Kennard playing right now.
With the way the guys are playing, that 5 at the start, do you disrupt it? Or do you bring him off the bench because you only got 10 points off your bench?
We've brought him off the bench.
6 points off your bench.
This sounds like a conversation somebody brought up a few months ago that had people in their feelings.
Say it again?
I said depends on how game 3 go.
No,
Reeves is a 6th man? I don't know.
Because he'll come back this series, right?
Yeah.
What are you saying, Josiah? Good or bad?
I think
you bring him off the bench.
Just being there watching that game, and this is no shade to Luka, but watching Luka in the first quarter of games, dude just standing around watching him go one-on-one doing what he does.
It's
tough where I'm seeing the ball move, but they're knocking down shots. Like,
it's a different
everybody playing for each other.
It's a different feeling when you think you're going to get that bitch, man.
Hell yeah. Like and you play on defense. You play on the defensive end.
Luke Kennard going crazy.
But Austin Reeves would be happy coming off the not happy, but he'll do it. I think he's got the mentality, say, okay, if that's what you need, I'll do this.
He points off the bench.
Yeah, and I'll come in and I'll light it up for a while.
Because Jackson Hayes, you got 6 points off your bench.
You're right. No, you're right.
From Jackson Hayes.
You're right.
Instant offense.
You're right.
Right away.
You're right.
I'm bringing him off.
Ain't the ball moving? If you think about the way that you
and then you Bron go out. Now you feature now you feature AR when Bron is off the floor, right? Mm-hmm. Then you bring him back in. Then it's like now the game is in flow and there's a rhythm to it now.
Yeah.
But think about it.
Just starting the game, you throw it to Luka, he do his thing. You throw it to AR, he do his thing. You throw it to Bron, he do his thing. Now you repeat this same fucking throw it to Luka, he do his thing. Throw it to AR, he do his thing. Throw it to that's the way they play in the first quarter, right?
That became their identity.
Yeah.
I think this is a new identity for them.
It is.
If you think about LeBron playing the way he's playing more pinch post, Joker, Embiid, give me the ball, let's play through me.
This the team that they played when the team that lost to San Antonio in the finals. That was a lesser team. He had to do more, but he was more of a
Go through me. So, but what I'm saying is for Austin Reeves, if we're going through Bron, it don't matter who those pieces are on the floor. Mm-hmm. Somebody's going to catch the ball based on the defense's mistakes. Mm-hmm. We're waiting for the defense to make the mistake.
Bron go force the mistake.
He's going to force it. So you either going to come double me in this post where I got a mismatch, or I got Luke Kennard right there. I got Austin Reeves right here. I got Rui over here. I got Ayton in the dunker. We got pieces now that know where they're supposed to be. I don't even have to really act like I'm going to go do my thing. And I think once he activates that mid post where he's making that shit, he's turning around, he's hitting that shit 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5 times. The turnaround.
Okay.
He's missing a lot of them, but I think those are still ones that if he get it going, that's his shot. So now you're looking at Austin Reeves being like just one of those guys you could just put in. Like, hey, look, we don't need you doing ISO shit, comfortable shit. Catch and shoot, drive and get your free throws, and we good. This not disrupt what's working for us right now.
I agree with you. Yeah, because he is a catcher, and I need the massage, boom, boom, boom. Now, if everybody else, if it's moving, pop, and you the second pass, you got to shoot it, right?
Man.
Shoot it or drive it. We ain't got time for you to be going into your package right now.
Right.
We ain't got time for you to be hesitant.
For the OKC, they're going to need to.
Hey,
that OKC series will be different.
Let's get to shooting, though, because they good defenders, right? Like, I'm saying they good defenders. OKC good defender on the ball, so catch and shoot is catch and shoot it, catch and drive it.
Catch and drive.
Is your best option against them, right?
Yeah.
Make them make a mistake, right? Catch it. I'm saying drive it the first 3-4 times you get it, unless you're wide open, right? Catch it, drive it, make them collapse, and then that ball is. Now they scrambling. Now them on-ball defenders, Lou Dort and Wiggins and all them dudes, they not as effective as they
making them work. Making
them move.
It's a different game for defenders when you're making them move.
What?
So you sitting there and we get to watch y'all. It's break time. Man. You ain't doing shit.
We good on the ball
for sure.
So Lakers riding high right now.
Yes.
Obviously 2-0 lead. LeBron 32-0. When his teams have a 2-0 lead in playoff series in his career, but a lot of basketball left to be played. See if they can sustain that level.
That's a sign.
That's a good sign.
That is.
Very good sign, but heading into Game 3 in Houston for the next 2 games. But let's keep this thing moving, stay in the Western Conference. Wemby made history in his first career playoff game, setting the Spurs franchise record for most points in a playoff debut with 35. San Antonio got the double-digit win. Wemby was presented with his Defensive Player of the Year trophy before Game 2 after becoming the first unanimous and youngest winner of the award. But the Blazers came out firing in Game 2, taking an early first quarter lead. And early in the second quarter, there was a scary moment for the Spurs and their franchise player. Let's take a look. So Wemby drove to the basket, was fouled by Drew Holiday, landed face first to the ground. Appeared to be knocked out momentarily before regaining consciousness. Stayed on the ground for several moments before trying to get up, but was unable to do so. And when he finally did get up, darted to the locker room, was ruled out for the remainder of the game while in concussion protocol. Later announced that he indeed did suffer a concussion. So game was close until the Spurs started the fourth quarter with a 13-0 run, take a 14-point lead with under 9 minutes to go, but the Blazers caught fire in crunch time, outscoring the Spurs 27-10 from that point on. Scoot Henderson hit a big three with under 3 minutes remaining to cut the deficit to 1. And then Drew. And Robert Williams put him ahead. So Scoot had 31 points in the game. And then 12 seconds left. Danny Avdia lobbed to Robert Williams III. Put the Blazers up 3. Devin Vassell had a chance to send it to OT, but missed a potential game-time 3. So Spurs offense struggled in clutch time. Blazers held them without a field goal for the final 3 minutes, 37 seconds of game action, closing the game on an 11-2 run. Scoot Henderson led the Blazers with a game-high 31 points. He was 11-17 from the field, including 5 of 9 from 3. Drew Holiday had 16 and 9 assists. Danny Avdia cooled off in Game 2 after his 30 and 10, finishing with 14 points on 5 of 13 shooting. And Robert Williams III, big off the bench, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 5 of 6 from the field. Stephon Castle led the Spurs with 18 points. De'Aaron Fox had 17, and Devin Vassell had 16 and 12 boards. But the Spurs trio combined 19 for 52 from the field, 3 for 14 from 3. San Antonio had won 76 straight playoff games when leading by 14 points or more in the fourth quarter. Obviously, that streak snapped. The last time that didn't happen back in 2003 against the Mavs. So we're going to talk the game shortly, but let's talk about Wemby first. So Alien will be sidelined for at least Game 3 as he looks to complete the required return to participation process. Obviously suffered the concussion, has to sit out a minimum of 48 hours. He can resume gradual activity in 24 hours as long as the symptoms don't worsen, but must hit several benchmarks before he can return to a game. So the average time missed for a concussion, 7 to 10 days, which means Wemby could be out until Game 6 or Game 7. So Skip, when you look at the situation going on with Wemby, how concerning is Wemby's concussion for the Spurs moving forward in this series?
Extremely. And just quickly, on the fall that he took, it was a weird play because he's got Drew Holiday up in him at the top of the circle, and at 7'4", he is so skilled, he tries to do a 360 spin on him, a dribble spin, where he's going whirling dervish at 7'4", and Drew said, I didn't foul him, and I don't think he fouls him on the play. But Wemby is going so fast that he gets his own feet mixed up underneath him, and he sort of tripped himself up. And as you guys know from falling many times that you fell, there are two ways that you can fall in basketball. One's with the basketball and one's without the basketball. Well, he's still trying to hang on to the basketball. If you fall without the basketball, you can brace yourself and maybe sort of make it a little better on yourself unless you break your wrist. But again, you can keep your head up off the floor with your hands. And he lost his hands trying to hold on to the basketball, and it's a long way to fall from 7'4", and he face planted on the hardwood. And to me, the first thing I thought, he hit his jaw so hard on the hardwood, I wondered if it broke his jaw, but it can obviously concuss from there. But it was a nasty fall. It was a full speed for 7'4" face plant, and it looked bad to me. And he tried to get up and he wobbled. And then it was a very good sign that he then bolted up the tunnel to the locker room. But the problem with last night was I was highly impressed with how they all took it up a level. And they're down 3 when he got hurt. And then I look up with 6.5 minutes left, they're up 14 at home. Come on, man. And De'Aaron Fox a year ago was the clutch player of the year. And I'm thinking, he'll close this. Or Castle will close this. Or Vassell or Keldon will come in and somebody's going to close this. And they all go cold down the stretch. And Joe mentioned it, they get outscored 27-10 from that point on, and I'm looking at all the missed shots. De'Aaron Fox with 138 had 2. They got an offensive rebound. He missed a 3, and then he missed a little wide open floater. You got to make one of them. And then Castle misses a 14-footer, and Vassell misses a 3, and finally it comes down to Robert Williams, Time Lord's in there, and he gets just a wide open lob dunk from Denny on a downhill drive, and then that's it. All of a sudden you look up and you're like, wait a second, they're going to lose this game at home? Mm-hmm. And Kamara, listen, they got athletes everywhere. They're coming in. Even Thibault, who's their designated defender, did a really nice job on Vassell on the last, because he had a shot to tie it and got a nice look from the corner, and Thibault was all over him and didn't foul him. And I like Portland. I've liked them. They've been quietly hot down the stretch. They've been really good at home. They won 8 of their last 10 at home. I don't think San Antonio can beat them without Wemby at Portland in these 2 games because they're coming fast. They're coming Friday night and Sunday afternoon, and I just think this is going to be a 3-1 deficit going back to San Antonio, and then maybe it'll be borderline whether Wemby could come back. But to your point, conventional wisdom would say he's not going to be back for Game 5. And if he's not, I hate this for them because I was looking forward to seeing Oklahoma City and San Antonio and see who's got what. And with no Wemby, boy, this changes the balance of power, man. And so because they failed so miserably down the stretch and they shot from 3, they're 7 of 24 last night. And then on the other side, Scoot Henderson has not lived up to the 3rd overall pick. That was his coming out party last night, to me, where he didn't score 30, even close to 31 all year. He averaged 13. And he came out like he was all business last night for the first time since I've been watching him since before he got drafted when he played those exhibitions against Wemby. That was the first time it looked like he grew up last night. And from start to finish, he played grown man basketball. And he looks like a grown man now, and he's grown up, he's a spiritual kid, and I just liked what I saw from him and from them, and I think they're going to be a handful for a no Wemby San Antonio and Portland?
I think you're overreacting, Skip.
Yeah.
I think you're overreacting. You know why? Because you look at this game particularly, Wemby goes out, there's an adjustment that needs to happen right away. That adjustment means we need to go to our alternatives. Our alternative option is De'Aaron Fox. Like you said, we're up 14.
Yep.
Take us home, right? I think that take us home moment comes with the conflict of every team is going to make runs. It's a game of runs. And it was time for Portland's run to make a comeback in the fourth quarter. The difference with the Spurs with Wemby and the Spurs without Wemby is sustaining those runs, being able to cut the run off sooner rather than later. They cut it off later, which means that it's a close game now. Now it's a 2-point game. It's a 1-point game. You got Denny Avia. You got certain guys that can make plays that are going up against your so-called stoppers, which would be Castle, which would be Dylan Harper, Vassell, so be it. But you don't have a Wemby. You have a Luke Cornett. So when I look at the game and I look in these final moments and I say, okay, if we're going to face Portland in the next 3-4 games and we're going to have to make adjustments based on not having Wemby, those adjustments need to be on the defensive end. That needs to be, we need to make stops. And if we don't make shots, not allow our missed shots to disrupt our defense, because it usually happens when you deflate on not making shots on the offensive end. It affects you on the defensive end. I think that a lot of that was happening where they knew they needed to make shots. They didn't. They came and it affected them on the defensive end. I don't think that Portland has anything or shown anything that should be a threat to how they play defense. I think they just need to lock in on certain moments. Certain guys need to make big shots and big plays down the stretch. That didn't happen. Keldon Johnson didn't step into his rightful role. Champagne didn't hit a bunch of the shots that he should have taken and should have made. He was 2 for 3. Vassell was 0 for 5. I mean, your identity is lost for a temporary space because you got a big piece of your puzzle gone. But it's always next man up. And that next man has to be De'Aaron Fox.
It does. I agree.
He can't waver in these moments just because the guy's down and you'd be like, well, I guess it's on me. No, it's on you. It's been on you from the start. You're the vet. You have to show up. And so with this being said, I'm looking at Mitch Johnson to really change the identity around more Fox-centric and getting him downhill, getting him to his mid-range, allowing Vassell and Castle to drive and be slashers, and allowing Champagne and maybe Harrison Barnes more time to hit shots in the opening. Other than that, I think it's going to be a battle. I already said they can win 2 with Wemby. So stealing this one was nothing, I think.
So would you dismiss this as a fluke win for Portland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a must win when you got the big guy out.
No, it's not.
Must win when you got big guy out. Must win.
I don't think it's a
Fluke went up 14.
That's not a fluke.
Midway through the fourth.
No
Not a fluke at all. You up 14
They
at
took
home.
that game.
You should have. Yeah, you got the
They went
clutch
and took
player of the
that.
year.
No, I don't think it was a fluke. They took that.
Yep.
I
They
think
took
we let it
that.
go. I think
Shit.
we let it go.
Robin Williams. He had a night for himself.
He did.
He went crazy.
Didn't play in game
Scoop.
1, did he?
Things needed to go their way for them to get that. Things needed to go there. I don't think they took it. I think that things went their way where the stops didn't happen. They came down and capitalized on certain things that the Spurs just simple mishaps on simple
Just
things.
remember, Avdia had a weirdly quiet night. Shot 2 free throws when he usually shoots 10.
Yep.
So that'll change at Portland.
Going home too.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 for 16.
They played different
De'Aaron
at
Fox,
home,
6
though.
for 16.
Yeah.
I mean, when Wemby
Vassell,
went out,
6
I mean,
for
when Wemby
16.
went out, they were 17 for
That's
22.
at home.
Castle,
They ain't gonna
7
shoot
for
that.
20.
So they were
That's
3
at
for
home.
12 when Wemby
Then he was in
That's the
foul
thing.
trouble in the game, too.
But those 6 for 16, 6 for 16, 7 for 20, that's at home.
But that's
So
forced
you don't
too.
think, but you don't think they gonna like on the
Robert,
road.
he looked like he was
but
back
but
in
you on the
Portland.
road,
I mean,
you don't think
we
you
had
know,
to-
Boston.
He
We
was.
have to change our mindset. Think about it. On the road, we know we got to take good shots. We know every possession counts. At home, we're thinking that we can just go out here and take these shots. 7 for 20, 6 for 16, 6 for 16. 3 of your next man ups. They got to take better shots. They got to put themselves in position to do better for the team efficiency.
But just hear me out too. Dude. Just hey, it is going to be so loud.
Rip City for sure.
In Portland.
100%.
I just want y'all to know this.
Very loud.
With no experience on that roster besides De'Aaron Fox having playoff game,
Yep.
good luck. Hey man, might be a blowout in game 3.
No, listen, it might be. They
It might be a blowout.
They might be cooked.
Come out there and jump on them boys. Listen, man, it's gonna be so loud in there, dog.
Blazers fans will not have T-shirts.
Drew Holiday got experience. He already know what's up.
Yeah, dog. It's gonna be loud in there, man.
No T-shirts for Blazers fans. Their owner.
And I like the way Drew played last night.
What he
too.
said he wasn't cutting.
Very cheap.
Drew
Don't
Holiday.
want to pay the light bill.
Yeah, he played good last night. The first.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see the way Portland go look at home.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They ain't had a playoff game in forever, and give these fans something to, yeah, man. No Wemby. Hey,
Listen, Robin, just keep doing what you did last night.
Stay healthy.
Protect the paint.
he's going to do that. If he's on the floor, you know what he's going to do.
Well, when the league MVP's on the floor, man, you got a chance to win. I get it.
So the league MVP,
Yeah,
Victor Wembanyama.
when he's off the floor, you got a chance. But when he get back, it's problems.
He might not. Hey, he
might
better.
not.
Hey, it might be. You better hope it's sooner than later. Might be too late.
So 48-hour minimum, so he could be back as early as game 3, but like I mentioned, average time for concussions to return to the court 7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that ain't happening.
So you said it, Skip. I didn't think Drew fouled him. Drew pulled a chair on him, right? He was trying to get into Drew Holiday's body, and Drew moved.
Mm-hmm.
He tripped himself. And,
He did.
And stumbled, and it was a long way down. Me and Brandon talked about it last night when we first got. I'm like, dude, you don't know how to fall? Like, you ain't. And another thing, right? You said he couldn't get up right away. I would have laid there until I got my bearings together. Ain't no way. No, it's just these games mean too much right now. I get if you hurt, you hurt. You can't continue. I understand that.
Did you ever hit your face on the court?
Nah.
No.
Like that's why.
No.
That's why we said the way he
No,
fell.
the way he
like you would have
fell.
thought he would have went.
Yeah, like I'm gonna break a finger, a rib before I hit my face.
He had the basketball and he's losing
Hey,
it.
can we see it one more
Damn
time
that
just to
ball.
top of that highlight?
Damn the ball.
Absolutely.
Yeah, damn that
So
ball.
watch it.
See, Drew moved. He tried
did.
to bump him, and Drew moved.
He did.
Drew pulled back.
Yeah.
And I think he did pull the chair too.
Yeah.
Hold the chair.
Yes.
Out to take a look at Wembanyama, who
And the coach, hey, so this is
Appreciate you.
But this is the inexperience here, right? What should Mitch have done?
Timeout. Thank you, Ken.
Right?
A light
Took a timeout. Give him time to see if he can.
Yeah.
Right? Get it because he couldn't get up right away, maybe because when he ran back to the tunnel,
Yeah.
that could have been the.
They talked about in the game broadcast it wasn't a shooting foul, but if he was shooting, he would have had to stay in and shoot those free
But
throws.
take
if
the
he wanted-
timeout though,
Yeah.
right? Take the timeout. Give him a chance to recover. But the inexperience of being in that situation, yeah. But no, you gotta learn how to fall, man.
So obviously, this is the playoffs, but regular season Spurs were 12-6 without Wemby, 2-1 against the Blazers
Yeah.
during that 18-game stretch that he missed.
So one other quick point. ESPN reported that you want to go?
No, one of my friends in Portland, fans here mad as shit at the new owner over the T-shirts.
You can't get a T-shirt,
He lives in Portland. Dude, I went to high school with.
T-shirt, no running water, no. Didn't travel to two-way players
No.
on the road.
Shout out to Prep, man. Appreciate
And
you.
speaking of that, ESPN did report this morning that the new owner, the cheapskate owner, is already interviewing coaches for Tiago Splitter's position as a head coach. And I think this team, from what I've heard and what I see, I think they like playing for him. And so this is going to further inspire them to play hard for Tiago. He said, I'm just trying to be a professional. I'm trying to do the best I can. That was his comment, his reaction. And I think that lights their fire even a little stronger, that the new owner is out trying to find another coach while they're still
In the playoffs.
trying to win a playoff series against one of the favorites. So I like that for Portland. That's a plus for Portland.
Yeah, fans gonna rally, man. They gonna show up and
Yeah, that shit sound good.
They got
But
some
look,
good momentum.
those Birds, man.
I mean, they got some good momentum. The Jailblazers.
Birds and six,
documentary.
man. We ain't hearing all
Jailblazers
this
documentary
shit
out.
with the
Yeah.
Blazers.
that shit's crazy.
Did you
They got
watch
some-
it?
yeah.
I did.
You watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. It was
Rashad was good.
Yeah, Rashad was
that
crazy.
was crazy.
But I'm just saying, like the momentum over there in Portland. Like they got that. They got.
Yeah.
Well, according to reports, to the Blazers' new owner, I think, was in talks with Thiago Splitter about contract extension.
First he was, but
Nope.
he's offering him so little money that he just said, let's table it.
Said, I
right?
can't give you no money, but I got these cheeseburgers for you. And it's now going around saying, who want these cheeseburgers to come coach the Blazers? But just to even have that being reported while this series is going on,
Yeah.
Blazers obviously, first time in the playoffs in a while, is just nasty work, as the young kids
It
say.
is.
I mean, it's the same thing like in Orlando right now with the coach. They said, he could be gone at the end of the year no matter what, and you see how their team responded.
Yeah, they did.
So we just got to wait and see. Because
Well, let's talk a little more Blazers. Blazers took advantage of Wemby being sidelined to even the series. Scoot Henderson delivered a monster game. His 31 points was the highest scoring performance since January 2025. Scoot was asked when was the moment he knew he was going to have a big game, gave this response.
When I woke up.
What? Elaborate. What went through your mind? What, you woke up and did what?
I woke up, brushed my teeth, went downstairs, got dressed for shoot around. I say right after I brushed my teeth, going downstairs. Yeah.
So why then?
I don't know. It's just a feeling. I get it. It kind of just telling myself the night before, like, just attack. Like, they can't mess with you. So, yeah, that was my goal, to come in here and attack, get downhill, play hard, and whatever happens, happens.
So Scoot now joins Wemby as the only players from the 2023 draft class with a 30-point playoff game. For the series, he's averaging 25 points, shooting 64% from the field, 54% from three. So we talked about this, I believe, yesterday. But what has Scoot Henderson shown you so far in this series?
he took off them goggles. It's on now.
The goggles were a questionable.
Took off them goggles. It's on now, baby.
As you guys say, you do
on
not
now.
respect most hoopers that wear goggles.
I did not say that.
No, so, I mean, they can't. You might have.
Real glasses.
James Worthy.
Oh, the
No,
real,
I said-
the real with the strap on
If
it.
you
James Worthy was
hooping
a four,
real
though.
glasses,
The Sunset
it's
Park.
nasty. But no, he had to pick one. He either had to pick 00 or the goggles.
One got to go.
One had to go. He couldn't wear both.
And one had to go.
And he picked one. Now he playing better. But my thing is about you woke up and you felt. Well, what happened to like all the other games that you didn't play?
Yo, you stop.
What?
Stop. He woke up on demon time. He was ready to
So-
go.
So
Game
this-
2, I need to do more.
This year 3, right?
He was hurt.
All of them.
Most of them.
So what? No day you felt good when you woke up.
See, the nigga couldn't even see. He had the goggles on. He couldn't even see what kind of breakfast he was eating. He don't know how to feel in the morning.
I like the response, though. I mean,
Yeah, no, I understand what he was saying.
Yeah.
I get it, but it's just the word.
I said the same thing you said, though. I was
It's just the word.
actually thinking,
It's
like,
just the
so
word.
what happened the rest of the
Yeah, like I get what I understand
You
as a
supposed to wake
hooper.
up like this
Yeah,
every
I
day.
woke up, I felt
Yeah.
good, right? Okay, yeah. No, but you being in this for as long as like you're supposed to, like, don't have bad days, but there
More
are
these days.
more good days than bad days. Trust me. Like you have those, right? You should have more good ones.
is this
You
his
wake
first
up-
playoff experience?
Yeah, but
But we show
Regular season,
what
though.
this show you though. If you're a coach, right?
That was different.
You remember how the coach used to be like, they give you the test on running the sprints, and if you made a certain time, it'd be like, now you got to make this time every time.
Setting the bar.
You set the bar for yourself, right? So for this, it's like setting the bar. Like, we know you can cut it on. You woke up this morning, you said, "This is what I'm gonna do." I feel this is gonna, like, all right. So when you wake up in the morning, you don't feel that, my nigga. You need to give
Go
us a
back to
call.
sleep.
Yeah, give us a call or something.
We can wake you back
Hey,
up.
I did not have that feeling this morning.
I need a nap.
Let me go ahead and get something for this. This ain't working tonight.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, at this point, he got to wake up like this every day for them to get this kind of performance out of him. for sure.
Was happy to hear that he brushes his teeth, though. That's
Yeah, a lot of people
overlooked by
don't
some.
do that.
Some do not choose that route or option when they wake up.
David.
No, I mean, as far as with Scoop, I mean, it's his first time in the playoffs, man. So, the first thing you do, you definitely want to get your first home road win. Like you said, the playoffs doesn't start to the road team get a win. For his confidence, I know he's been over there working with Pooh Jeter,
Shout out
the guy
to
that grew up
LA
in
legend
Gardena,
Pooh Jeter.
Yep.
with myself. So, and you see his pull up, his jumper is getting better. So, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Portland, and they're going to make this series interesting, and that's all you can ask for.
Also has solid vets in Drew Holiday, Dame,
Yeah,
obviously
Drew Holiday,
over there.
a Dame, yeah. Might be a rumor Dame might come back, depending on how the
go.
series goes. So,
Ooh.
Yeah.
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 So early in the season, he tore his hamstring. And I'm pretty sure it was torn because he missed all but the last 30 games. Then he comes back, starts playing his way into shape. And in the first playoff game that he ever played, in game 1, he shot it he made 7 of 11. So I'm like, okay, I'm starting to see, oh, there he is. There's that guy. And to your points, usually I would just laugh at talk like that, but he did walk his talk last night. He ran his talk. I mean, he just looked like he had conviction from his first shot. He made his first shot, and it just looked right to me, like it looked real, like he wasn't, oh, maybe not on this one. It just looked like I shot that like I'm going to make it, and it went in. And from that point on, that's the way he played the whole way through. And I don't think he's ever had a game like that in his whole career, and he was a 3rd overall pick, and you keep waiting and waiting, and he's been hurt and hurt and hurt. And I also think he was just a kid. I just think he was just a baby who he played with G League Ignite instead of playing in college. And I don't know, G League Ignite, the competition is high, but it's not like playing for a year at Duke or somewhere and playing in the Final Four. And I just think it took him a long time to sort of to figure it out, to figure out his rhythm. And it looked like last night I don't think he's a big trash talker or a bullshit artist. I think he's real. And I liked what I saw last night, and I think he'll sustain this from here on. I like what he's made of. I like the other funny thing about his line last night. He had 0 assists when he's supposed to be kind of point guarded.
Yeah.
So he just said he said it. I'm going to attack, and I'm not going to pass it back. Every time I have a hint of a shot, I'm going to take that shot like I mean it, and that's what I saw it all game long. He was not passing the basketball, and Abdia just kept looking at him like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you came, you showed up.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to do this? Well, I'm okay. And Abdia took a back seat to him and took only 13 shots last night. I mean, for him, he's a 30-shot guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what helps though, Drew Holiday being out there.
Oh, God, it's huge.
Scoop.
Yeah.
Like the way Drew was playing yesterday, Scoop was able to just play. Now just play freely.
Yeah,
I'll handle getting everybody involved.
Drew had 9 assists, so that's it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pass and you shoot it.
That's right. No.
You're the youngest one. You can keep up with them. Let's go.
Okay, go. He
played
can
it
keep
too.
up with them. Yeah. He's got that kind of.
He playing the 2.
Ability.
It's a bona fide 2
A
guard
bona fide.
position
Yeah.
right now, and no pressure. Thinking about pressure release guys.
Yep.
For Denny and for Drew, both being out there, and you still got guys like Shaden and Jeremy Grant that could be in Scoop's position. I think they're all 3 like guys who are trying to get that chip off their shoulder. I want to show you that I can do it.
Yeah.
And I think when you talk about waking up with the conviction of I'm going to do this, there's a lot of times you look at film and you see all the things you could have took advantage of in film, and you're like, damn, why didn't I drive right there? Like, when I do drive, I could do more here to get my bucket if I don't give up for the pass at that particular moment. So you look at a lot of dynamic scorers who get into the lane and then they pass because that's the next play. But for him, no assist, it means there is no next play. This is Cam Thomas type of mentality now. Let me get inside here. Let me go to my shit. And regardless of if it goes in or not, I have to shoot it with confidence to let my teammates know that I'm accustomed to making these type of shots and shooting these type of shots. And him being the only real other guard out there that can really get to the bucket against them type of defenders. Like, he wasn't scared to go against Castle, wasn't scared to go against Vassell. He feels like I can take y'all to the bucket and I can finish y'all off. That's the type of fear that San Antonio's going to have for a guard like that. I don't think any of the other guards they fear, but him is one of the guys, like, they can sustain Drew. I don't think they're scared of Drew. I think that a guy like Scoot, a guy like Shade Sharp, the very explosive guards that can get down and hit mid-ranges and get to the rim, that's scary for them. And if they show up again for the next 2-3 games, on top of Denny figuring out what he gonna do, if you gonna give me 20 shots or you gonna give me 16, like I said, they stole this one based on Denny not really being the guy that is gonna take it over the top. They found a way to win that game, but this next game, if they actually implement these things as what we're gonna do, it's a different story for sure.
All right, well, we will see how the rest of that series pans out, but let's keep this thing moving. Now shift over to the Eastern Conference. So Celtics came through with their largest playoff opening win in franchise history in Game 1 win over the Sixers. After that game, this didn't look like it was going to be much of a series, but the Sixers' backcourt bounced back with a monster performance in Game 2 to even things up. Let's take a look at the highlights if we can, please. So VJ Edgecombe delivered one of his best performances of the season despite playing through a back injury he suffered early in the game. The third overall pick led the Sixers with a team-high 30 points, 10 boards. Lord. That was nasty. Damn it, Dambona. Prayers for the Bruin. So VJ's second 30-point game against the Celtics this season. You may recall he dropped 34 at Boston in his rookie debut back in October. Edgecombe's first rookie to record at least 30 points and 10 boards in a playoff game since Tim Duncan back in 1998. Also surpassed Magic Johnson as the youngest player to do it. Tyrese Maxey came through with 29 points on 11 of 26 shooting and 9 assists. Sixers backcourt combined to shoot 11 for 22 from distance. So the Sixers were 19 for 39 from deep in Game 2 after making just 4 of their 23 attempts in Game 1. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, the only two Celtics to score in double figures in this game. Brown putting up a team-high 36 points along with 7 rebounds. Tatum coming assist shy of a triple-double. He had 19, 14 boards, and 9 assists. Sixers outscored the Celtics 37-26 in the second quarter, taking an 8-point lead in the break. Led by 7 points heading into the fourth quarter, Celtics tried to mount a comeback, cutting the deficit to 2. The Sixers went on an 11-0 run to take control of the game, including that nice leg by Tyrese Maxey.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Touch Earth.
Joe Mazzulla pulled the Celtics starters with a minute remaining, conceding defeat. Philly had Boston to just 43 points in the second half. Celtics shot just 39% in the game. Now the series is tied, heading back to Philly for Game 3 Friday. After the game, Jaylen Brown and Paul George had high praise for VJ.
I thought Edgecombe was just too comfortable. He built a rhythm and was able to just, have a extreme impact on the game. He also hit 6 threes, which, he's a capable shooter. So we just got to be able to adjust and be ready to guard him in, because he's a ball player. He's a rookie, but he could play. So we got to be better on him.
Gee, I was curious. The guy next to you is the first rookie since Tim Duncan at 30 and 10 in a playoff game, and he surpassed Magic as the youngest guy to ever do that in a playoff game. I was curious what your thoughts are.
You did that?
You wildin'?
Wow, for sure. Shot. See you, Rocky. A fellow doctor, the Julius Erving Sixers jersey, autograph. 1 of 1.
1 of 1.
Biggest takeaways from the Sixers Game 2 win over the Celtics in Boston.
Energy. That's definitely the difference that I seen. Maxey came out with energy. I mean, especially from Game 1, I think the Celtics set the tone early with shot making and their defensive stops, being able to get the ball off the rim and get it out early. But I think Maxey's seen film. I think he sat with VJ. They all came to the conclusion that they needed to play faster. They needed to get off the ball and get to the rim quicker and shoot the shots, believe in the shots. And I think that that's what you've seen in VJ. He was really shooting comfortably. If those shots don't go down, it's a different game. But when you talk about confidence with guys who can score, the last thing you want to do is give them two guys confidence. You want to at least leave it to Paul George and Kelly Oubre to have them be the streaky guys that win the game for you. But when you got those two guys out there playing at that level, is difficult because you don't have Jason Tatum stepping up to be a stopper. And you only got Jaylen Brown. He got to pick and choose his battles because he don't have – Derek White don't want the challenge. And I'm going to say that for sure. Derek White look like he's scared as fuck. He don't want neither one of them on either one of the sides. So Jaylen Brown going to have to figure out which one is more important to stop. Pick and rolls, they're going to have to figure out whether to blitz that or make him come off the ball because he's shooting those three-pointers coming off that pick and roll. That's deadly. And he's being able to catch VJ on the side. Kelly hasn't really caught fire yet. I still think he has a couple games that he's going to catch fire. This could be trouble for the Celtics for sure. This doesn't look like a cakewalk as they thought it was after game one. I think this was a big statement game for the Sixers in game two, going into game three, back to Philly. Like you said about Portland being loud, Philly going to be loud. Philly going to be loud as hell. And let's hope Joel Embiid ain't going to be healthy for that game.
You hope Joel Embiid will not be healthy. Obviously, he had an appendectomy, still recovering from that surgery. You saying the Sixers don't need the former MVP?
Not at the moment. Let's hope that they can hold him off. So, I mean, I still look like he can still be somebody to return and still give him hope. But it's trouble in paradise right now for the Green. So they need to get their shit together.
Can you shift over? Do you agree with Rashad that there's trouble for the Celtics right now after that 32-point game one win? We thought this was going to be a cakewalk for them. Obviously, Sixers backcourt had other plans.
Yeah, I thought they would at least take care of home, for sure. But you got to tilt your hat to Philly for responding after game one. Came out and looked themselves in the mirror and realized what happened. They got punched in the mouth in game one and came back and responded. We all thought that Boston would have their way with Philly with no Embiid there. But they had something different to say. And that's to Rashad's point. They went out, man, they were just attacking. They were going downhill. Reckless abandon, fearless, there's no shot blockers. They realized that we have a foot speed advantage on these guys, so we need to use it. And that's what I saw a lot of. Tyrese getting to his spots, VJ getting to his spots. Yeah, just being aggressive and effective, man. Going home, we'll see how, to Rashad's point, Philly fans respond. We know how they can be. Right? It's a series now. I didn't think that it would be, but it's a series now, and see how long it goes. But yeah, I want to see how Boston responds. I want to see how they respond to this going to Philly, right?
Let's shift over to you, to Mr. B.
Yeah.
Representing Tough Crowd University, card-carrying country club member also.
Right. I'm not going to take too much from this game. Because Boston shot terribly from the three. I think they went 13 for 50, and this is like the second time they've done this in the playoffs where they shot themselves out the game. But shout out to VJ for having an incredible game, especially for a young rookie coming in, especially in the playoffs. But I just think, Boston just took their foot off the gas a little bit. I'm not going to put too much on it. Yes, their backcourt played great with Maxey and VJ, but I mean, this is a Boston team that's been in every situation. They live and die by the three, so they're going to shoot a lot of threes, and a lot of games it's going to cost them. But I'm not going to put too much in it. I think Boston gets this series done in 5, and they just run through it. Because Jaylen Brown, he's going to, and they'll adjust. I mean, that's one thing I've seen, and I've seen Boston play this year. And one thing they do, they lock in. So I'm not worried too much about them.
And I am with the Tough Crowd. And I may wind up in Larry's cemetery sooner than later, but I'm with you. I think that was a fluke and an aberration. And Boston will win the next 2 games at Philly, and they're going to win this in 5 because they're just way better than Philly is. And to your point, they tried this year to less live and die by the 3 because they cut it back from a year ago. They were 48 threes a game This year they cut it to 42. And then last night, when I least expected it, they went all the way back up to 50. And they made 13 of 50, which is 26%. That means 37 times at home they missed three-point shots. And the one thing about the three, to me, is it can ignite a home crowd. It can also deflate a home crowd, where after a while, if you miss 37 of them, after a while, people are like, damn, another, come on, somebody make one.
Live by the three, die by the three.
Okay, well, that's what happened. They died by it last night because Philly was making 19 of 39. That's 49%. And as you guys point out, or I think Josiah pointed out, 4 of 23 in the first game. And the incredible thing was, I'm watching the game. Boston goes on a 16-0 run in the first quarter, and all of a sudden it's 26-13 home team, and Philly calls a timeout. And I said, "Damn, do I have to watch this? Can I do something else?" And I'm kind of I'm playing around with this and that. And I look up, and here comes Philly, because Boston went deadly cold from three, and yet they kind of scratched and clawed back into it. And then I look up, and all of a sudden it's 91-89 Philly with 6:25 left, and Maxey missed a shot, and Jason Tatum comes down and has a wide open three to put them ahead with 5 minutes left, and he missed it. And Tyrese Maxey goes down, you just showed the highlights, and goes boom and boom, and makes 2 straight threes, and then Edgecombe makes another three, and then Oubre makes another three, and it's way over.
Yep.
And Tyrese Maxey, to me, as the 21st overall pick, is he not one of the all-time steals at 21?
Amazing.
God.
Amazing.
He's just amazing.
What were you looking at when you were watching?
I don't know, because he's just little, like he's like Iverson's size, or, maybe.
Spark plug, though.
Oh, you talk about extreme energy. You said he's their igniter.
Mm-hmm.
And when he plays with that kind of energy from end to end and just makes stuff happen, that was his night. And Edgecombe plays like he's 30 years old. He's not a baby.
I gotta ask, is it more that we can defend the three, or is it that we're just missing shots? So I'm asking from Boston's standpoint.
Yeah.
All right. We're used to taking this many threes. We live by the three, die by the three. But were they guarding the three better in this game for us to miss these threes? Or are we taking the bad three-point shots that are allowing them back in the game? This is like a second chance point for me. If you take a bad three-point shot, we come down, we get a rebound.
Right.
That's like a turnover to me.
It
That's
is.
not an execution play. That's a play that you're just giving us based on you feeling like you want to shoot a three.
Yeah.
And I think that's always been Joe Mazzulla's,
It is.
mindset, but
Yep.
it's been flawed to me because that's just like the Phoenix Suns back in the day with Steve Nash and those guys, live by the three, die by the three. So you look at Philly and you're saying, if I'm in the huddle, I'm like, hey man, let's just put a hand up on these threes. Let's make sure we're there. We'll live with it.
Okay, because Boston doesn't defend the three at a high level. And that's why VJ said after the game, baby that he is, he just said, we knew we'd have the shots. We knew we could get the shot. We just have to make the shots.
Gotta hit the shots. Yep.
Boston packed the paint, man. They try to protect the rim, forcing the threes. So.
Yeah.
So their game plan is giving up the three.
Yeah.
We're gonna make
more
we'll make more than y'all.
Yeah.
And y'all gotta hit shots to beat us.
That's what I said. That's why I think game 2 was a fluke. Because they hit shots. Now you got to go back and hit the same. Because listen, Boston's not going to stop shooting threes. So we're not changing our game plan.
Well, we actually have shot makers though.
Philly,
Philly, we got guys that can hit shots.
Yes, but
if you're giving us.
Yeah, but you got to match it. Remember, we shooting over 50. We shooting over 50-some threes. So if we make half these, you still got to make half. Yeah, we're gonna give you your shots. But remember, this is what we do. This is how we win a championship. So we're not going to go against.
That was a difference maker. The difference maker is if we hitting shots as Philly, we got a chance. If we not hitting shots, we down 20, for sure. But I think also the advantage was taking advantage of Pritchard and Derek White on the defensive end, taking them out of the game offensively. They wasn't even factors. Hauser wasn't a factor.
He was not.
If you guys aren't getting shots,
Yeah.
which to me, game plan wise, if I'm Nick Nurse, hey, Jalen and Jason Tatum, let them do them. They're not going to be finding these shooters to do what they need to do to take them over the top. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they 2 for 8, 0 for 4. Yeah.
The biggest igniter for them at home is Peyton Pritchard, the sixth man of the year a year ago. And that crowd waits for him to make one from like half court, you know, like that's who he is. And he usually makes 4 or 5 at home, and he went 0 for 4. Okay? You got a shot. Now the door is open.
Yep.
And if Derek White goes 2 of 10, now you really got a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's shooting. He still shoot. He shoots a lot of threes. He has the green light.
That's all he shoot.
I
That's all he shoots.
The real question now is Mr. Vukovic going to show up?
Yeah. Yeah, he will.
That's going to be the difference maker. I think that's been the difference maker as far as waiting for somebody to come back before they can be a bona fide top contender. I don't think he's shown yet where his place is amongst those two great players. And you can't have Derek White and Hauser and Pritchard under 10 points.
No.
But it happens, though. I'm telling you, Boston has these games in the playoffs. They've had them. We've seen it.
But you can take them out the game, though.
We've seen them have these games.
Them three?
Like,
Jumps, you get to them, you can test them shot. I want Peyton Pritchard putting the ball on the floor.
Yeah. Take them off the line.
I want Hauser putting the ball on the floor. I want Derek White putting the ball on the floor.
Yep.
So I can.
So as a
Game
unit,
plan.
that's our game plan.
It should be.
Run it off the line,
run
make
them off
them
the
get
line.
to the paint.
That's what I would say. We know how they play with Peyton Pritchard and gets it going. We know how they are when Sam Hauser's making shots. We know this.
Do we need more from JT?
What do you
Is
expect?
it
He almost had a
19?
triple-double.
19.
19-14.
No, he coming
He
off
almost had a
Achilles.
triple-double.
Coming off a fucking Achilles, you know.
36 and 19 between the two.
That's almost a triple-double with the other ones. That's fine.
Yeah, Jalen was 36, 74.
JT is the reason why they're going to go.
Seems like the rest of
They're
the
going to win the next 4. Trust me.
It's everybody else.
I know. I've seen this.
It's
They're
everybody
about to
else.
get to Philly in.
Ain't them.
Yep.
It's all you other
Because they fans is worse than Philly's.
So
this ain't nothing.
If it's everybody else, isn't that our game plan?
Yes.
To make it
Absolutely.
just y'all two?
Yes. That's just
Let the Jays party
them
with the
two are
Jays.
really good. We can turn the rest of y'all water off, but
For
them
sure.
two guys, they can get their own shot. The rest of y'all can't.
Yeah. And we still make it. I think they still made it tough for both of them.
Yeah, but if Jalen drives, if Jalen Brown drive, we're not gonna overreact, right? You guys don't let them straight line, no straight line drive, so we ain't got to react right away.
Yep.
Make them make a couple moves off the bounce. Stay home, contest shots.
Stay home.
Run Pritchard off the line, run Howes off the line as much as we can. Contest it. If you're late, make sure you get a hand up.
Yep.
It's all those little things, man.
Pre-rotate type shit.
Yeah,
Get to the shooters. Yeah.
So know who the shooters are first and
Know
foremost.
who to shoot. Know where they are.
So
They're
Rashad,
the same
speaking
spot.
to the jersey you're wearing, the last time Philly beat Boston in a playoff series was 1982.
A great year.
1982.
Might have been
So it's
82.
been 6 straight playoff series, won by Boston over Philadelphia. I think they got Philly's number.
Think so? Just historically?
Well, hopefully Philly's saying that's the wrong number.
Just historically?
That jersey right there, he got
I'm
got in the
just
fight.
saying. Hey, listen,
the Boston
man.
Garden.
Something in the water with these first rounds. Something in the water. I think the Hawks got some shit to say over there in New York.
Right?
Now, you know the NBA like to make it, we got to make it look
saying.
interesting.
It's the way it looked, though. Like, sometimes you get a couple wins and they just like, all right, we knew they was going to get that.
I just don't think there's no separation in teams. I don't think you got a couple really good teams, and I think everybody else is right in this mesh.
Solid.
It's solid teams, but you got a couple really good teams, right? But the rest of the people is like,
remember.
I think I can beat you on any given night.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm getting at that.
On any given night, I feel I can
take
beat
it.
you.
I can take
beat
it.
you on any given
That's what
night.
I'm saying about the Magic.
In this playoff series, each game is different. All I got to get I think I can beat you 4 times.
I can stay in this game.
I think I can beat you 4 times out of
Man,
7.
once I get one, I feel like if we stay in the game to the fourth quarter,
it's down to 3. Right? Hey,
don't let me get 2 on you. I'm really feeling different at that point.
One on your floor.
What?
Right?
Steal one.
Win one on your floor, I feel great about myself.
That's the scary part about the Spurs and the Blazers. Steal one. Oh, that's nasty. Hawks, steal one. Ooh, that's nasty. Magic, steal one. Hey, man, y'all got to come to play now.
No, yeah, you definitely do.
Rashad, you mentioned the Hawks, so let's talk a little bit about that game that went down Monday. Knicks tricked off a golden opportunity to take a 2-0 lead in their series against the Hawks. Entering this game, the Knicks were 64-1 when holding a double-digit lead entering the fourth quarter in the postseason. New York was up by as much as 14 in that final frame, but then the Hawks started to soar. Let's take a look at those fourth quarter highlights if we can, please.
Really good minutes for Kuminga.
Like I said, Knicks up by 8, under 5 minutes remaining, but Atlanta caught fire going on an 11-0 run.
Oh, yeah, no, they put
stretch.
Brunson on that island.
Take a 3-point lead. With 1:33 remaining in the game, Jalen Johnson doing his thing. C.J. McCollum wanting smoke with Jalen Brunson. Looking for that one-on-one matchup. Oh,
Lord have mercy.
Did I do that? Did I do that?
With the kiss.
Let me show you who.
McCollum put him up 3 with 1:33 remaining. Jalen Brunson responded 3 of his own to tie things up. But
Hold that. Put that in your pipe.
DJ with the fadeaway
That's a tough
in the garden over OG Anunoby. On the Knicks' next possession, Brunson got stripped by Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Found Jalen Johnson for the dunk to put the Hawks back up 4 with 10 seconds left. But Jalen Brunson tried to put the team on his back. Closing the gap to 1. C.J. McCollum missed 2 straight free throws, but the Knicks did not have a timeout. Mike Brown had called one with like 2:40 left to go in that fourth quarter. So they had to get it up the court. Mikal Bridges missed a 12-footer to get the win. C.J. McCollum led the Hawks with 32 points, 6 dimes. Jalen Johnson had 17 and 8 boards. Jonathan Kuminga, playing in the playoffs. His former team is not. Added 19 points on 7 of 12 shooting in 35 minutes off the bench, along with 2 steals. Knicks had 6 players in double figures, led by Brunson. He had 29 and 7 assists, but was 10 of 26 from the field. Cat added 18 and 8. Josh Hart had 15 and 13 boards. C.J. McCollum, the story of this game, it's not the first time a Hawks guard has rolled into Madison Square Garden and cooked the Knicks. So after McCollum and his former Pelicans teammate, Josiah Alvarado, got into it in the third quarter and were both given texts, Knicks fans gave C.J. the Trae Young treatment, complete with an expletive-filled chant. So McCollum had this to say about the Knicks fans chanting at him during the game.
I am no villain. I'm a nice guy with 2 kids and a wife. I think it's admiration. Great, passionate fans in a really hostile environment. It's fun. It's basketball. It's the playouts. And if anything, I think it's a sign of respect.
So, Skip, we will start with you, sir. What did C.J. McCollum and the Hawks show you in their Game 2 win over the Knicks?
So I often hear from various people on this couch about the Clippers. Clippers are going to clipper. And I would say the same thing about the Knicks, that the Knicks are going to nick. They're just going to nick when you least expect it.
Oh, you can say the Knicks are going to nicker. You can just say that.
No.
Knickerbocker, please.
Knicks are going to nicker, boy. Well, you nickers out there, y'all going to do nicker shit.
Skip, again, we are on the dark side of YouTube.
Yes, we are.
Whatever happens on this couch stays here. It's the pronunciation of it. That's all. I'm going to say it for you, though, because I fuck with you.
Some impromptu smoke.
There you go.
He is risen.
So, to the point of your stats, 64-1 with a 13 or more point lead going to the fourth. Remember what the one was? It was Reggie scored 25 in the fourth and 94 in that game 5. So here they went again, and I know Mike Brown's taking a lot of heat for burning that timeout a little prematurely, and I got that. But you get outscored at home in the fourth quarter 28-15. It's just wrong. And Jalen was okay. You can't blame Jalen. He did make that one big clutch 3 that kept him in it. But Karl Anthony in the fourth goes 0 for 2. Jordan Clarkson goes 1 for 4. And then Bridges is 0 for 3, including he got a nice look at the end to walk it off 14 feet and missed it. And the Hawks are good, man. As Kenyon just said, there are a lot of, sort of pretty goods out there, and they're pretty good. And they're much better without Trae Young, who to me is like a miniature Luka. He's just, I know they were traded for each other, but he's just like a miniature Luka who plays no defense, liability, and takes too many threes and leads the league in turnovers. And they just look like a better basketball team with CJ as their Drew Holiday, who came in and sort of solidified it for them. And at 34, after, what's he played, 13 seasons, man, he went Jordan at the Garden down the stretch and made 3 tough shots, big shots, and then incredibly, he misses 2 free throws with 5 seconds left. I thought that he just reopened the door, but the Knicks couldn't walk through it. So it didn't surprise me. I know we had my man Stephen A. on at the Super Bowl on Arena Gridiron, and he and I got into it about the Knicks, and I just said, they'll just blow it on schedule. He said, no, this is the year. We're different this year. And I said, no, you're not different. You're still the Knicks. And here they come. And can they get by Atlanta? I still give them a pretty good shot to get by Atlanta, but it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a 7-game battle. And then they're going to run into the Celtics, and they're going to go home. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, your former team?
Yeah.
The New York Knicks.
Yeah, one of them.
We're the New York Knicks. Suck our New York, you can fill in the rest. But you think about the Hawks coming in Madison Square, Game 2, C.J. McCollum, 32-piece, won in that one-on-one matchup with Jalen Brunson and Mike Brown. Some questionable lineups in that game.
Yeah, but hey, it's the playoffs, man. You got to expect anything. For one, I just don't trust the Knicks. Didn't all season, but at one point, so Karl Anthony Towns is the second best player. Do we agree? And he gets 2 shots in the fourth quarter.
Yep, started the game 8 for 10.
So, and that comes down to coaching and game planning and different things like that, right? There's no way feasible that my second best player is getting 2 shots in a fourth quarter where the game is decided at, down the stretch where he's playing big minutes. Now, I'm going to make sure that he get a touch. I'm going to make sure that he get multiple touches.
Did he not want a touch?
But we'll find out, right? But the way the game is played, it's easy to get lost in the game to where everybody's playing on the perimeter and guys are rotating and he's in a pick and roll, he popped, they rotate to him, he don't want to force it, and I get that. So therefore, I got to run a play for him. I got to run a set for him. I got to run a way to get him a touch. That just stood out to me that he only got 2 shots. But you got to give credit to Atlanta coming in there and competing when no one really gave him a shot. And just going out, man, and recognizing matchups, old school way of doing things. You have a defensive liability out there. They trying to exploit it in Jalen Brunson. And we all know CJ can put the ball in the basket with the best of them. I think having him there with those young guys is a breath of fresh air for Quinn Snyder. Having a guy like that he can lean on in clutch times, and having Kuminga there, energetic. Having something to prove, I think helps. It's going to be a good series, long series. Don't know, I don't have a favorite in this series, but I could see it going 6, I could see it going 7, either way. That part, Joe. Yeah, I could see either team pulling it off, but I'm not hell-bent on the Knicks getting through Atlanta. I ain't going to say Atlanta's going to beat them, but getting a road win in a playoff series when some thought that you might have gotten swept is a huge deal, especially going home, man. Great confidence booster for the Atlanta Hawks.
I think I said they was cooked ever since that boy put his finger in that boy sandbox. They've been cooked ever since.
That was
since he checked that man oil.
Check that man oil.
Yeah, you said that season was over.
Man. They let that car go right through the trench. They went right through the operating system, man. And to me, I think they cook for two particular reasons. Is one, Jalen Brunson's ineffectiveness to recognize time and score at the point guard position to see who needs the ball and in what positions. I think he gets tunnel vision when it becomes crunch time, that he only sees his shot as the shot. He wants the ball in pick and roll so he can make the play, and I think that's where it leaves Cat on the island. Now, not only did he do what he did as far as the second half, those two shots, he had no free throws whole game. Now, this shows just ineffectiveness of being aggressive. I think for a guy like Cat just going to get position, you don't have no defensive stoppers on that block that's going to stop you from being Karl Anthony Towns. That's number one. I think he needs to go back to the essence of what really gave him the name when he came out of college. In his first 2-3 years in the league, he was on that block. He was serving cold dishes. And now it's more of, if I'm not getting my jump shot on, I'm not being effective. And you can see even with the rebounding, I think he gets more of his hunger for playing both sides when he actually is scoring the ball, and it affects the rebound. It's not really the reason why they lost, but when you talk about matchups, Okongwu versus you, 18 points, you didn't dominate that matchup.
Nope.
McCullough took it personal, of course. When you got a guy you don't think can guard you, you're going to take it personal. But I think it's scary for the Knicks because Nikhil Walker didn't play great. Jalen Johnson didn't play great.
No.
Kuminga played good. He didn't play great. I think all of them can play better on the Hawks. But you look at the Knicks and you say, well, who the hell on the Knicks is supposed to play better for them to go over the top? Bridges, possibly. He had 10 points. Alvarado is not going to be the guy who's going to step up. Jordan Clarkson don't play enough minutes to step up. Mitchell Robinson does Mitchell Robinson stuff. So you're looking at OG or Josh Hart to be your bridge guys? Nah, not a chance. Not a chance. Not a chance. And the Knicks fans are going to feel the way they feel about it, but I think they see what I see when it comes down to we barely lost that game, but we were still so far away from actually winning it. And if you don't clean up the small Mike Brown stuff, you're gonna find yourself down 3-1 coming back to New York. And that's a nasty feeling because you don't have a guy that don't know what to do in these positions in the play. CJ McCullough know what to do. He knows to put the dagger in the coffin. And I think that if you give him an opportunity up 3-1, shit, good luck.
I mean, to me, I think it's all Brunson. I think they just exploded something with Brunson as far as the defensive end. The way C.J. McCollum was going at him, in the fourth quarter, making him work. They already said that Karl Anthony Towns, he went 8 for 10 and then only 2 shots. That can't happen. I know C.J. McCollum don't want to be known as a villain, but this is your opportunity right now to be the villain. And to be a villain in New York City for as basketball, that means you're doing something insane. Crazy. They don't just pick on certain players because they're not good. It's because you're actually doing something that they love. So you have an opportunity right now to get them up out of here, become the villain of New York, and move forward. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think defensively, man, you got to keep going at Brunson all game, and you got to go from the jump, from the start.
So C.J. McCollum was asked by a reporter if he looking for that one-on-one matchup with Jalen Brunson, had this response.
What you think? What do you think? Yeah. All right. Thank you.
I mean, that's a villain. That's a villain. Hey, yo, shout out CJ, too. He got some good wine, too, by the way.
He does have good wine. A fan of Gil's Arena as well.
He's a villain. I'm a nice guy with 2 kids, man. We don't care about all that. Man, watch out. A lot of people got kids and we don't care about all that. You a villain between them lines.
Facts.
Yeah, no, that's the way it used to be, man. Like, I don't know, like, this new style of basketball that everybody get an opportunity and all that. Like, no.
Come to the hot hand. Let me get him.
I got the hot hand. We gonna search out this matchup because the thing about it, the Knicks need him on the floor in order to be successful.
Yes.
So he is gonna be out there. So guess what? May I have this dance?
Thank you very much.
Hey,
May I have this?
Hey,
you touched that white girl on the shoulder right there.
Can I have this dance, number 11?
Save the last dance for me.
Hey,
Shit.
so that's where we at with it, and I'm all for it, man. Like, either you gonna buckle down or Mike Brown gonna have to make a decision, right? So
we coming at you.
Oh, and he won't any one of them. McBride,
Yes.
Clarkson, Alvarado, Sin, who
And
better put OG,
and Alexander over there too. He nice too.
He ain't got hot yet.
Your best bet, you got to go big on him, and then
Josh
or
Hart.
explore somebody else. Then that's your best bet. I don't even think Josh Hart big enough, right? You got to put OG or Mikal Bridges on CJ. In order,
Mikal ain't ready for that either.
But then you can't switch it though, because they just gonna search him out.
Yep.
And the way they play basketball is the easy switch, right? They switch unnecessarily, and he just gonna keep searching him out.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna find him. Oh, you're gonna get this pick. You're gonna
get this work.
You're gonna get this work.
CJ don't get enough credit
because you can't put him out there. To the one time I think McBride or Brunson got stuck on Kuminga on the wing in front of the Knicks bench. Man, he watch out.
Straight to it.
Back you down. Hey,
man, watch out.
So you can't hide him because if you put him on Alexander Walker, he's aggressive. Put him on Kuminga, he's aggressive. CJ's aggressive. Johnson's aggressive. You can't hide him. So whatever, he's gonna be in the post or he's gonna be on the perimeter, and you're gonna have to make some decisions, Mike Brown.
CJ a real-time hooper though.
Good bucket.
One of the most underrated basketball players. Like you say hoopers, the guys that just roll the ball out. This is a dude you're gonna pick on your team in any league, any age, wherever you go. He got game in this game. The game of basketball.
The man went to LaSalle.
Man, that boy can play.
Won a tournament game.
That boy
Really
can
good
play.
team in the tournament.
He can play.
Yeah, no, I like
he know how to get a bucket. He know what to do in crunch time. And if guys have given up on him throughout the years, him being number 2 with Dame and
Don't
going
you think
to
he
New Orleans.
played in his shadow a little bit?
He played in the shadow, but he was a good shadow guy.
He was.
He was a good shadow guy. And you think about times when Dame wasn't out, he still give you 30.
Yeah.
He can still go out and be efficient. But I think this is a perfect opportunity for him to show his multifaceted ability to be able to not only score the ball, but help the other guys that's on his team feed them. I mean, Kuminga didn't go without eating last night, and that's important because he needed to show he can do this at this level again outside of the Warriors. And you look at Johnson out there, you don't know what you're going to get from him because he's an anomaly. He's 6'9", he can move, he can hit open shots, he can offensive rebound. And you got all these guards out here playing the way that they're playing. The Knicks are in trouble. They do not have answers. The only answer they do have is to outshoot you.
Yep.
Let's make more shots than you. That's the only cool. You're not stopping shit. And then until you get Karl Anthony Towns to buy in to going to get to the free throw line, putting pressure on them bigs, making them go to their bench, and making them say, "Look, we're gonna put this whole series is gonna be around Karl. It can't be no guard play because Brunson, I don't think he's going to outlast him.
Nick's still a 1-point favorite at Atlanta in game 3.
Of course, people, man, Knicks do something different, man. Mitchell Robinson is a game changer, like he was in game 1. Offensive rebound, different things like that what was going to help. But, yeah, you still got to stop that ball, man.
We will see what happens as that series shifts back to Atlanta. So let's wrap up today with our playoff picks throughout the postseason. We'll be making team picks using underdogs prediction markets, which you can do as well. We'll keep a leaderboard of the Couch's picks throughout the entire playoffs. So let's take a look at the updated standings on our leaderboard, if we can, please.
That shit went bad.
A whole lot of nastiness up there. Rashad, you were in first place now, 4-5. This looks like the Eastern Conference right now.
Yeah.
Kenyon.
Was 2-2 yesterday. Me and B both was 2-2 yesterday.
And fucking went
Wait,
nasty.
2-5 better than 2-2? Wait, okay.
No, we were 2-2 yesterday.
So now you
Better than being 2-7.
2-5.
Definitely better than 2-7.
You know what? Gil's gonna not pick just so he can say he would have picked winners.
Gil currently in first place.
So he be like, I would have picked him. I would've picked. He gonna keep his shit all at the lowest.
First place 2-2.
So why don't we just I think we should pick every day, every game.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You know, every day. And then in the chat, we should just pick and then come back.
Everybody needs picks
whatever.
every day. Cause
I'm picking every day. So
Swaggy holding down last place.
Because he got him and Rashad both got 9 picks.
9 picks, yeah, me and Swag. Because we did the first day.
Yeah.
We did the first 2 days. The first 2 days.
So Swaggy 2-7 right now. I believe we reviewed the tape. His picks were not accurate like he claimed. So let's
like I said, we knew we was going to go to the tape, baby. Let's go
to the tape.
Hey, we're reviewing shit around here.
So only 2 games on the slate tonight, starting Detroit, where the Orlando Magic have taken a surprising 1-0 lead over the top-seeded Pistons. So tonight in Game 2, the Pistons are heavy favorites with a 78% chance to win. The Magic have a 23% chance to take a 2-0 series lead heading back to Orlando. So, Shai, we will start with you. Damn. Who you got in Magic Pistons in Game 2?
Yeah.
By sacrifice? I'm gonna go Pistons.
Shot taking the Detroit Pistons.
They gotta show up.
You're taking the Pistons as well?
At home, yeah, I think they bounce back.
I'm Pistons.
Pistons. Skip, who do you like in that
shit.
Magic Pistons game?
I'm glad you didn't put me up there because I think I've made a couple picks and got none right so far.
What's your record, damn it? Hey.
Always 7.
I'm 0 low, but the team that has just bedeviled me is Orlando. Every time I think, because I had Orlando at Philly and they just didn't show up.
Didn't show up at all. Yeah.
And then
that's the team we lost. Yeah, that's what we lost.
Then Charlotte has got Orlando at. No, I'm sorry. They went to Orlando. Charlotte to Orlando, and Orlando did show up.
Yep.
And then they really showed up in Game 1, and yet the Pistons are just better than them. I mean, the Pistons won the East by 4 games, so I'm definitely going Pistons. They're 8.5-point favorite in this game, so I'm going Pistons.
Come on, let's go. Yeah. Come on, Pistons.
This is well, right?
Yeah, Pistons.
Okay, so let's move on to the second game of the slate. In the West, after a blowout win in Game 1, Thunder look to take care of business again against the Suns. Thunder are monster favorites in this game. 92% chance.
We get one back for sure, at least.
Is anyone taking a shot on the massive underdog Phoenix Suns in this game? Shot, I see your eyes lighting up. You're in deep thought right now.
He ain't gonna
do it. Dylan Brooks, Devin Booker.
He ain't
That's how you feel?
He ain't gonna do it.
You ain't say Jalen Green at all.
The Filipino curl, Jalen Green.
I'm on OKC. I ain't gonna even play that game.
You ain't gonna play that game?
Hell no. Them boys defend too much. Listen, man. The way that shit looked in Game 1.
Hey man,
how
SJ
they
was
defending them
begging
boys.
for it. He was begging for that shit out there.
But how they was,
he was begging.
defending. Hey, the way they were defending them boys, man. And they ain't got no answer for Chet, so I don't. Phoenix ain't got no answer for Chet, so.
You going Thunder?
I'm going to go Thunder.
Yeah, I'm going.
Mr. B?
Yeah, I'm going to go Thunder.
Thunder are going to thunder.
Unanimous?
They're going to bring out the what, B? The boom?
The boom.
I don't think it's going to be a boom, though.
No. I don't think it's going to be a
That's
boom?
why I'm really like here, because I'm like,
This about to be a 4-0 boom.
Yeah.
Phoenix has to show up.
It's going to be a 4-0 boom.
I think it's going to be a
They
closer
got a golf
game
matchup with somebody
than we think.
in Phoenix. So.
Yeah, they finna
Because
boom
this
them
is
people.
17.5 points, so.
It's got to be close.
No, listen.
Got to be.
They finna boom them people.
Got to be close.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
Boom what?
Devin Booker has to show the fuck
Because
up.
them perimeter defenders, I'm just saying,
He got to show the fuck up.
But I'm just saying, the perimeter defenders for the Oklahoma City Thunder, man, like.
They get away with a lot of shit.
Because they defend, if you defend, Ron used to, Tony Allen used to,
you get away
Bruce
with it.
Bowen used to, Shane Battier used to, all the motherfucking wing defenders hacks. But if you do enough of it, they can't call all of them.
All of it.
Well, they can't.
Give me one
And
game
they
where you
proven
calling that shit.
They're not going to call all of them, so they climbing in your jersey, and they no freedom of movement with Oklahoma City on that perimeter. So
we will find out tonight if your picks are correct. We can get you guys moving up. The underdog Gills Arena playoff leaderboard. Shout out to Underdog Prediction Markets.
2-5, Nash.
Shout out to everybody in the chat pulling up. Skip.
Sorry, we got all
Thank you again for making your presence felt here on this glorious Wednesday. Wednesday, excuse me. Shout out to Wednesday.
Come on now. We ain't out yet. We ain't out yet.
I see the snacks in the back. But shout out to everybody else on this couch. This has been another episode of Gills Arena, presented by Underdog. Whoa, whoa! We will see y'all tomorrow.